Gamers, fevers, lurkers, grab your snacks. The underdog, the legend in his own mind. Jaybeazt, dropping memes and bringing heat. Jaybeazt, stream is starting, pull up a seat. Breaking news, trailers dropped. I react and maybe sound a bit shocked. New game hype, I got the tea. Call of Duty, Battlefield, come watch me. Not a big shot, just starting out, but I'll hype your chat and hype my clout. My aim's kinda bad, my joke's kinda worse, but at least I never stream with rehearse. Jaybeazt, underdog with gamer streak. Jaybeazt, laughs, reacts, chaos you seek. Warning. Jaybeazt, you may mispronounce your favorite game. Please remain calm. Chat's alive, memes flying fast. I may fail, but it's always a blast. Subscriber hype, not just some friends, but the fun and chaos never ends. Reacting, chatting, sometimes I play, even if I die in the first 5 minutes. Hey, new game breakdown, I'll nerd out loud, making jokes, looking goofy, maybe proud. Jaybeazt, underdog, but bringing fire. Jaybeazt, lo-fi beats, memes, and satire. Who's in chat? Beast back. What's the game? Total snack. Level up? Maybe not yet, but we laugh, we hype, you won't forget. Achievements, sure, but I miss a lot. Glitches, bugs, rage quits I've caught, but while the pros are flexing loot, I'm here, underdog with style and cute. Streaming news, trailers, reactions too. Sometimes I even know what I'm doing, kinda true. Chat laughs, memes fly, and everyone's hyped. Welcome to Jaybeazt, the underdog is live tonight. Jaybeazt, underdog, chaotic streak. Jaybeazt, gaming news, laughs, you seek. Not a pro, but never weak. Caution, Jaybeazt may mispronounce your famous pronounce it game, or make you laugh uncontrollably. Stream starting now. The fifth out.
Alright, here we go. We are finally back again with another weekly stream. Thank you guys for joining. We've got it's a huge day for me today, personally, because it is the day of Crimson Desert. So I've already got the game. I fired it up. I compiled all my shaders and ready to go. So after today's stream, which will be short, I am going to do a couple of hours of streaming Crimson Desert. So tune into that one. It will be a separate stream. It's not going to be part of this. So this will be a short stream. We'll do a just chatting segment like we always do. And I've got my matcha ready to go. And yeah, after that we'll be checking out Crimson Desert and see what's all the fuss is about. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to actually to play the game. It's gonna be a blast. It's kind of weird that we already seen some reviews dropping, and it seems to be a little bit mixed, which I will get to in a minute. Of course, I'll be talking about the whole new DLSS 5 NVIDIA has dropped early this week, and everyone has been talking about a good amount of that this week, and I saw it myself, and I have some thoughts, so we'll be talking about that as well. So quick Arc run before Crimson, probably not. I want to do a solid couple of hours of Arc Crimson Desert, and then we'll maybe drop it. It's I honestly don't think it's that bad, and anyway, I'll get to our Crimson Desert in a bit, because I have a lot of thoughts on that, and also the reviews that's been dropping as well. I will get to that, but I want to talk about couple of interesting news, and also I'll get to NVIDIA DLSS 5. as well. There's a whole lot of news about that as well. First of all, what I have noticed today, I actually this just dropped. I believe it was today. Um, that PlayStation will be dropping the PlayStation Network and PSN names. How dare you wear a Don't Shoot shirt while playing Crimson Desert tonight? Well, you know, I quite like this shirt. It's pretty comfortable, and it's a day to wear it. It's okay. I'm still an Arc Raiders guy, even though I play Crimson Desert. You're allowed to play more than one game. You should try it sometimes. Anyway, getting back to this news. So this is news that I just saw coming up on Insider Gaming, reported by Tom Henderson. He does a lot of exclusives, and he probably got the insider scoop for this one. Apparently, PlayStation will be dropping PlayStation Network and PSN branding by September 2026. So, an email sent to developers and seen by Insider Gaming, PlayStation will be dropping the PlayStation Network and PSN branding. It said that the change will be purely visual and is a means to properly capture the breadth of our evolving digital services. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know. And anyway, keep going. The full email reads, "We'd like to inform you that Sony Interactive Entertainment has strategically decided to phase out the term PlayStation Network and PSN across our platforms in order to properly capture the breadth of. I don't know what that even means. I mean, currently they're calling it PSN, right? Am I right? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't it already called PSN and PlayStation Network? So I'm really confused what they mean by this, right? Well, let's keep reading. The upcoming changes are purely visual and will not introduce any technical alterations to our offerings. To simplify and unify branding, the terms PlayStation Network and PSN will be phased out across all SIE assets by SIE means Sony Interactive Entertainment, I think. Assets by September 2026. All features currently associated with PSN, including core network features such as friends, multiplayer, and trophies, will remain unaffected. Okay, you'll be notified ahead of changes coinciding with the technical requirements checklist update in the fall of 2026. So obviously, this is an internal memo, an email that was sent out to the employees. Um, so I honestly don't know. Even though it's a visual sense, I don't really know what that means. It's currently, in the article, it says it's currently unclear on what the new name of the network will be. I'm a little confused by this, to be honest. Not gonna lie. If you go to PSN, what do they call it? It's called PlayStation Network. That's what they call it. So yeah, PlayStation Network. So I don't really know what they mean by dropping PlayStation Network and PSN brand assets. Maybe they're referring to like the old logos, maybe like this one. I'm not sure. Currently they have this logo up in their own website, so maybe they're just dropping this specific logo. I'm not sure. They haven't specified if there's going to be a new name or anything, but I thought that was interesting. So keep an eye out, PlayStation players, including you, Zayed, which I know you were one. One myself. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Anyway, I thought that was interesting to mention. So we'll keep an eye out and see what's going to happen by September, I guess. I don't know. Some cool bit of news. This is not like a huge, massive news or anything like that. But oh shit! I just closed the window. Fuck. Let me open that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So cool bit of news. that yeah, Witcher 4. Witcher 4 seems to be well on its way, which is a really cool bit of news. As you know, I'm really, really freaking excited for Witcher 4 to drop. I enjoyed the hell out of Witcher 3, and if you look at my background right here, you see that Geralt is resting with me right here. um, anyway, so yeah, it's a cool bit of news that he what am I talking about? That yeah, Witcher 4 is well in development. So the reason why we are seeing that it's well in development is because they have revealed during their financial report to investors that Witcher 4 is now has a development team of whopping 499 individuals. The Witcher 4 on its own has gained 88 new developers since the end of February 2025. That's a massive growth in dev team, you know, and that's an indication that they're well into the development of Witcher 4, and it's currently at um, basically like well into development, which is awesome. So they're building it out, and look, they're really busy with it. So that's awesome news. Uh, Also had shit ton of updates for BF6, so I expect the chat to cover some aspects of it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I haven't actually looked into BF6 to be honest. I looked at it, but they seem to be like very pretty minimal. So I didn't think it warranted for me to cover it, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Also, my YouTube chat is not doesn't seem to be working on my multi-chat plugin for some reason. So I don't know what the hell is going on. It's not popping up on my screen, so that's a little weird. Uh, that is so weird because when I'm doing a test message is popping up, but when you're saying shit in that thing in the chat, it's not popping up on my screen. That is pretty fucking weird. How do I fix that? I don't know how to fix that. Everything is connected. It says it's fucking connected. I don't know. I honestly have already added, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. How yeah. Yeah. No, I know. You usually come on Kick or Twitch. It's not usually a problem, but for some reason, man, I don't know. Okay, testing. Okay, so this is working. Twitch is working. I'm pretty sure Kick is also working. But for some freaking reason, uh, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just triggering fake messages here for YouTube. Yeah, that's working. I don't know. I can't seem to figure out what the hell is going on here. It's all connected. Toggle visibility of the source. Reload. Yeah, I honestly have no fucking clue with this one, bro. No clue. No clue whatsoever. Alright, well. Yeah, can't do anything. Well. Yeah, okay. Anyway, that's fine. That's fine. I can see your chat on my multi-chat thingy. It's popping up for me, but not on the chat plugin that I have put in. Okay, it's not coming up on the screen. I did that already. Fuck. I don't know, man. Never had this issue before. Output settings. Yep. Nah. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, anyway, we'll move on. Anyway, as I was saying, Witcher 4 is, yeah, growing and it's got a massive team working on it now. So I just thought I'll mention that in passing because I was just looking into what CDP has been going on, been doing. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Should I get a lot of movement on YouTube on this? Anyway, it's usually just for Twitch and Kick. I usually repost these videos on YouTube anyway. Just cut it up, so it doesn't really matter. But it is cool that I was looking into what they've been doing, and it looks like they got some shit going on, and it's just looking. Yeah, this post right here. Synth Potato, he does some digging usually, and he has found out that CD Projekt Red has confirmed that they will publish an announced gaming project in the coming quarters this year. This lines up with rumors that Witcher 3 is getting a brand new expansion developed by Fool's Theory in September. I really think this is happening, y'all. That's great news. We kind of knew that it was already coming, you know. Hey, see where the Yoda's in the stream. Yeah, I'll fix it up. Jump in kick with see where the Yoda, bro. So I can see all your chats in the same place. I'll fix it up after the stream, but I just can't figure out why it's not working. How's it going? You know, look at you. Are you in some relative's house right now? Anyway, yeah. So I'm just keen. We already knew that we're gonna be getting a Witcher 3 DLC, brand new expansion because of Witcher 4, because they already said they will be doing a DLC to connect Witcher 3 and Witcher 4, and it will be released for Witcher 3. So that's not unexpected, but I really want them to still give us some news about the Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 remake, because they did say they're going to do that. It's waiting on lunch. Cool. Zaved is saying Yoda's message is coming up and not mine. He's chatting to me on YouTube right now, but my YouTube plugin is broken for some reason. I don't know. I can't seem to fix, so it's not popping up on my chat like right here. But I can see the chat on here. So yeah, it's I tried to fix it. I spent like good 5 minutes on stream, live on stream, trying to fix it. I just can't. So so it's only your messages popping. I can see both of your messages, but he's just there. Yeah, exactly. Just go on kick, bro. What are you doing? Anyway, yeah, I thought I'll mention that as well. I think that's pretty cool, and they also have announced during their financial whatever the financial report thingy, that they have started working on another new IP called Project Hader or something. Hadar, um, and it's now entered the concept phase, which means they're like still conceptualizing the project. We really don't know anything about the game. It's just going to be a completely new IP like Cyberpunk 2077 was, which again this will be completely different to both of those, Witcher and Cyberpunk. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's really exciting that we're going to be getting a new IP from CDPR. So far, they have absolutely kicked ass when it comes to delivering new IPs. I mean, Witcher 3 was a new IP for them as well, and they absolutely nailed it, you know. I highly recommend, if you haven't played Witcher 3, it's a really good time to get onto it now. I admit, when I played Witcher 3 first, when it first launched all the way back in like, I don't know, 2012 or something, I didn't actually enjoy the game. I kind of fell off of it, like pretty much immediately after started playing it. But then I got back into it many years later and ended up sinking in over 1,000 hours. I kid you not. If you go into the amount of hours I racked up on PlayStation 5, it's like over 1,000 hours. Even surprised myself. And the DLCs that they released were even better than the base game. And the game is like freaking cheap now, and it's well worth the money, and it's a steal. So it's a really good time to get onto it and play the thing. Um, nah, they haven't given much as far as I know. I mean, yeah, they haven't really said anything because they only just entered the concept phase. So they're conceptualizing the whole game, uh, which means like they probably don't have much of an idea of what it is going to be like. So they haven't really said anything, which makes sense because there's nothing. Like, they just know they're going to be working on a new IP and they're just conceptualizing it right now. So I think um, uh, did I have anything? Yeah, no, there's not much to. It's not much to say. It's just they just said, um, no, literally nothing to go on. We just only know that it's a new IP. Anyway, that is totally fine. I think in about another year or two we will hear about that, because the truth of the matter is they're obviously very busy building out Witcher 4 right now, which has now grown, like I said before, up to 500 devs in the team just working on Witcher. It's going to be a huge game when it releases. And also the new DLC coming to Witcher 3 to connect Witcher 3 and Witcher 4. So, bloody good time to get on to Witcher 3, catch up on the DLCs as well. If you haven't played Cyberpunk 2027 with, Keanu Reeves in it, Johnny Silverhand, get on it, play the game. Those are both amazing games, and I mean, yeah, okay, Rocky start to Cyberpunk 2027, but they have more than redeemed themselves with all the updates and fixes they did over the years, and it's become one of the best games to ever release. So they nailed it in both fronts, with Cyberpunk 2027 and Witcher 3. So I have my full confidence in CDPR of delivering another new IP. But all I hope is that it doesn't go like this. That this new game to be the one that actually fucks it up for them, because they are on a really cool streak right now. I hope that they don't fuck it up. Let's just hope. Yeah, I know. I understand. I mean, I just got Crimson Desert. I fired it up. I want to play so much of it, but my time is stretched, man. Doing this and working and everything else in between. So we try. uh, I also have some bad news. some sad news actually to deliver as well. It's to do with, as always. Can you guess who I'm gonna talk about or not? um, Ubisoft. This has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, so it can calm down. But Ubisoft have announced that they're closing down Red Storm Entertainment, which has, and also laying off all the people in it, which is like 105 people, which is really really sad. And if you don't know who Red Storm Entertainment is, let me enlighten you. I don't know if you remember a game called Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Peggy 18.
So this was a game. Whoa, what's going on with my full screen? Holy shit! I need to fix that. All right. Yeah. So it was. I mean, if you remember Ghost Recon games, these were the games that Red Storm Entertainment made. This is like one of the later entries called Wildlands that you're looking at on the screen. But Red Storm Entertainment it was founded by Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy founded Red Storm Entertainment and released the first Ghost Recon video game back in like 1998, I believe. And they made another game before Ubisoft acquired them. And they went on to make Ghost Recon, like other Ghost Recon games before they had a whole reset. And they released Wildlands, which was awesome, and then Breakpoint, which was less awesome. But they were good games, and they fixed it, and they was kind of awesome after that. I had a great time playing Wildlands. I spent so much time in this world. Yeah, exactly. Wildland was awesome. And this is the studio behind basically all Tom Clancy Ghost Recon games. And they even went on to help making Tom Clancy's Division 1 and 2 as well. Oh, that's cool, bro. That's so good. I mean, I think I basically played solo this game most of the time, but I got lost in this world. It was so good. It is so vast. The story was kind of awesome too. It's nothing to write home about, but it's pretty good. So yeah, this studio is no more. This is going, unfortunately, and yeah, I believe you. I believe you. It wasn't exactly in favor of the Bolivia, but I believe why Bolivian government would be pissed at it. But this game was released at a time when PlayStation was brave to take risks, and they also didn't mind doing experiments. Right? It was their peak era of Ubisoft where they were like pretty much releasing hit after hit, and they were not afraid to try shit out and like mix things up. This was that peak Ubisoft era. Anyway, and then it just became, their games became like cookie cutter everything, and it went to shit after that. But yeah, Ubisoft is laying off everybody from Red Storm, and that includes 105 people, which is pretty sad. Not surprised by it, because we did know that Ubisoft is currently undergoing a lot of cost-cutting measures because of their poor performance over the past few years. So they had to shrink a little bit. So this is their latest cut, and I'm pretty sure we will probably be hearing more. So yeah, unfortunately. I really hope that this, in a silver lining, I hope that these guys who gets laid off do get picked up by other studios, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talent that's going away because of this, and these guys are legends in their own right. So I really hope either they do what Expedition 33 did, where those people who worked at Ubisoft just created their own studio and made their own little indie game, which became Game of the Year. Even if that doesn't happen again, I really hope that now that they're free to do whatever the fuck they want, now they're free of Ubisoft curse, that they will go on to do something amazing with their talent, because there's a lot of talent there. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed with that one. All right, let's talk about NVIDIA, man, because we had this news break early this week, and I saw the news, and I was like, the fuck am I watching right now? This is the official video that they released. Okay, before I watch it, just to give you some context what I'm talking about, NVIDIA has announced a new DLSS 5, which is an AI powered, um, like a DLLS, right? I don't have a lot of technical knowledge around it. I it's just a thing that they're using to improve the visual fidelity for games. That's what they're saying, and they're using obviously AI to do it. And essentially, what it's doing is it's doing a real time neural rendering model that infuses pixel with photoreal lighting and materials. If you didn't understand anything that I said, that's okay. All you have to know is it's a DLLS feature um, that will be using, NVIDIA graphic cards in order to improve the visual fidelity for games. That's what they said. And this is the video that they have released officially. Let's have a look. Yeah. I don't know. What am I looking at here? Yeah. That looks pretty shit. Okay. I don't know. This is a little laughable for me. Okay. Okay. I'll give you. Do you need a quantum computer? Oh, yeah, that's the best part. Apparently, they were achieving this level of visual fidelity with using two 5080 graphic cards. Let that sink in for a little bit. They were using two 5080 graphic cards to achieve this render in real time for video games, as they're showing it. Obviously, this is in the footprint. This is not something they highlighted. Um, just to give you some context as to what the hell 5080 is, it's their latest graphic card that cost, or it's a 58 or 5090. I think it's a 5090. My bad. Their latest graphic card, um, which cost 5,000 US dollars as of right now. Yeah, and because of all the AI RAM and graphic card shortages, you know how graphic cards has been going up. So this used to be sold at like 2,000 something dollars, which is already pretty fucking expensive. Um, Now they put up the price to $5,000 like just a couple of weeks ago, and this thing is actually by having two of those graphic cards um, in the rig that they ran this on. So you essentially need 10,000 US dollars worth of graphic cards to run this thing just to get whatever the fuck that we saw just then, which is amazing to me. I mean, the fact that they thought that this is cool is, I don't know. I mean, the fact that they thought that is blowing my mind. And look, I'll give you this, right. I'm looking at, I'm on this official blog post article thingy, and I'm looking at, they put up some interesting photos here, as you can see. So obviously this is the original photo, right? This is DLSS 5 off, and as you can see, this is a pretty good screenshot from Resident Evil Requiem, which just came out like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And sorry. And what did he do? Where did he go? Even the website is not working properly, bro. I have to redo it. Where is it? Oh, here you go. Yeah, so so you go from this to this. Immediately at a glance, it to me, the face has been replaced with like some, generic looking AI slop that you see everywhere these days, and I'm not a fan of that. This, I feel like, has a lot more personality to the character model. And now it's the whole thing, the hair, the face, everything has been replaced by some generic AI slop. I don't know how I feel about that, and you also, it's getting rid of some of like the nuanced detail of the game that the developer intended to have in the game. One of them being, you probably don't notice right away, but if you move over to this side, you'll see that the eerie fog in the game, that's well intended to make a mystical environment for the game, because it's a fucking horror game, has been removed, completely removed. It's no longer there. You can actually see, everything like very clearly. So when it comes to using AI, you run into these issues where AI doesn't understand the context good enough. So it's making decisions that's actually hurting what the developer intended, and that's not good. And like, this is okay. At a glance, this looks better. You'll say, okay, the textures are improved and shit, but it's also got rid of the fog, and it's no longer looking eerie or mystical like it's supposed to anymore. And that's hurting the game experience that the developer intended. And I have a problem with that. And also, not to mention the model, the character model as well. The character model is the way it is because the developer intended it. And you replace that with this AI garbage. I don't know how I feel about that. And like, same here, right? Like, you'll see DLSS 5 off. It's on. I mean, this is a little bit okay, I guess, because it's like a very close-up shot. So the AI has retained almost all the details and added some shaders in. So that's fine. But then this raises another question, right? As you can see, this is the same character. That's the same character. This is the same character in the same game. Yet the AI has putting a different face here, and putting more true to the source material face here. So does that mean we're going to be seeing like different interpretation of the face like throughout the game with this fucking mode on? Like, I'm just wondering, because like, you're not going to be seeing the same face across, because AI will be interpreting whatever the heck it thinks it should look like, and you'll just be seeing different faces on the same character model. I don't know how that's helping anyone, so that's another thing to think about. And same with here. Like, okay, this is a pretty badass looking Kennedy right here, right? And then you make him go from this to this. Like, what? I mean, it looks kind of the same, but then with this on, you have some weird artifacting going on around the character model. Like, do you see that? I don't know what to think about that. Okay, it's like it looks like they retain pretty much everything in the background and then brighten up the character in a weird way. I'm not sure if that's adding anything to the game. It's a little weird, don't you think? Um, yeah, and these are little. I mean, the uncanny valley is fucking real with this one. I mean, this looks fine. This looks fine, and then yeah, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I mean, it's not really adding anything now, is it? I don't think. I don't think it is. Look at this. Oh my god. It looks so ghastly. I don't know. It's a little weird. I mean, I feel like there will be some obvious use cases for this mode. Like, honestly, if you really think about it, the games have been getting like very very big, like in terms of like the game file has been growing because developers have to oops sorry developers have to put on like more um, high resolution textures to the game, and because of that reason, the games have been getting quite big year over year. This is something I feel like that could fix the issue to some point, because you can technically, if this, I mean, assuming this mode is going to work the way it's intended, you can you can get away with putting standard textures in the game and have this mode run over it, and technically replace, like, have the textures on the characters and everywhere be visually improved by it, because that would be a really good case scenario. So that essentially would make the file size go down, and yet while retaining the visual quality of the game the same. I think that could be one use case scenario, but I mean, if you look at this though, this is not really exactly giving you that much confidence. Like, if you look at this, yeah, all right, and then you can see how it's managed to improve the visual quality of like the textures. That's pretty good. Like, that's pretty good. Like, you'll see here as well, it's it's improved the visual quality of the textures. But I think if you can use it that way, I'm pretty okay with it. But for the faces, I just don't think you should do that. This is one of those things that should look at this. Look at this, bro. What is even this? Oh man. I mean, this guy, Hogwarts Legacy, this guy went from being a teenage boy to a 45-year-old man. Look at this. How is this? Like, how is this okay? It's, I don't know. Yeah, it's a little weird. I think, yeah, it should be used sparingly. And as long as you do that, it should be okay. As you see here, like, this is a good example, right? Here you see, like, oh, it's already pretty good looking, but you see like how this is adding more realistic shaders to the game, and that's good. That's good. You should leave the character models alone and maybe have this be just focusing on a mode to improve texture quality rather than just replacing the whole fucking game with AI. I think that's the way to go about it. But yeah, I've seen people like here. This is a good case. It's not adding a lot, but it's doing something. It's adding more realistic shaders and making it look real, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like, this is uncanny valley to me. This is, I don't know. There's something about it. It's just giving AI slop. I can't really pinpoint what it is, but it's like the every AI slop person that you see on the AI videos, they have like a certain AI quality to their face, and you see that here, and you just can't shake it off in your head, and that's really unfortunate. So I hope that even the developers, that they end up using this sparingly and not replace it, not let it be the thing that replaces creativity. I really hope that. Anyway, I would love to know what you guys think of DLSS5 or DLSS5. Yeah, DLSS5. Fuck, I'm losing my mind. Um, yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah. Another thing that I wanted to point out is in the middle of all this chaos, so people losing their absolute shit over this whole DLSS 5, we got our dear friend, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, downplaying the criticism people have been giving on DLSS 5, which I don't think is helping the case. So he's apparently had a press a Q&A with Tom's Hardware at the GTC 2026, and he pretty much downplayed the whole thing, which is, I don't know what to say. I mean, I feel like this is the time you should maybe keep quiet, at least until things go down, calm down a bit. But yeah, that's not what he did. He said, so this is what he was asked. Yes, since DLSS 5 was revealed yesterday, let me show you the screen so you can read along with me. Hang on. Can you see the screen? Yep. Where is it? Oh, here. Since DLSS 5 was revealed yesterday, there's been a pretty vocal response from some of the gaming community that the technology appears to make games appear worse, homogeneous, or show only NVIDIA's view of how games should look. How do you feel about that criticism? And he said, well, first of all, they're completely wrong, said with such confidence. The reason for that is because, as I have explained very carefully, DLSS 5 uses controllability of the geometry and textures and everything about the game with generative AI. Okay. And he added that developers can still fine-tune the generative AI to make it match their style, adding that DLSS 5 adds generative capability to the existing geometry of the game, but that it doesn't change the artistic control. It's not post-processing at the frame level. It's generative control at the geometry level. So essentially what he's saying here is that it's not, okay, first of all, downplaying the criticism for a CEO at this level is a pretty bad look for the entire company. I would say that outright. And also, when they put out this whole thing with the video that you saw with the DLSS 5 off and on, the general perception, even including myself, was okay. So this is some kind of like an AI slop filter that's gonna go on top of the game, which is kind of how DLSS has worked previously, right? That's how it's worked previously in terms of like generating frames and shit. It's taking what's running on top and then it's adding frames and stuff like that. So obviously it's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's the general gist of it. So obviously when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, this is some kind of like an AI slot filter that's gonna go on top of the game. It's gonna ruin it, and that's the impression I had of it. And this sentiment was shared across pretty much everybody who saw it, and that's a fair assumption to make, right? Whether it's right or not, it's a fair assumption to make, I think. So what he's saying is that developers will have more control over it, and also it's not at the frame level, it's at the geometry level. He's talking about polygons. So essentially, the AI is applied at polygon level, which means that you can turn off on and off which polygons are affected by it. So it won't affect the. So essentially, what you're saying is they can leave out the faces, and not have the filter affect the faces, but every other texture, something like that. So, like I said before, if that's the case, that's fine. That's fine. But I think downplaying and not accepting the criticism was a bad look. But yeah, that's where we are. Not surprising because NVIDIA has been heavily investing in AI, and they want to push AI as much as they can. And they put millions and millions of dollars into it. And they're putting up the prices of graphic cards because they're running out of fucking RAM to feed the AI. And here we are. Yeah, anyway. So that's where we at. And because of this whole AI situation, I find it really refreshing that Take-Two, of all places, if you know what Take-Two is the publisher of GTA. So CEO of GTA, GTA publisher Take-Two, he spoke out about AI tools recently in an interview, and I thought that was a bit of a fresh take, and that's pretty cool. And it's a whole 30-minute interview that they did with the game business show, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I think he essentially said, what is it? He said that, AI generating hits like, GTA or Red Dead Redemption is kind of laughable, which is actually true. And what he said is, hang on, I'm trying to find exactly what he said. Yeah, in a recent interview with the game business Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick discussed that use and capabilities of AIs in the gaming industry. So he emphasized that while it's clear that these tools offer significant benefits, they don't guarantee that everyone can create hits. Yeah, and I'm just trying to find his what he said, but it doesn't matter. I mean, here it is. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, equally, you can create assets that might look like a big release, that might look like NBA 2K or eSports FC, but creating a hit of that magnitude is a completely different animal and does require human engagement and creativity. I think that's true. I mean, if you really think about it, AI is a good way to actually come up with good, great assets. You can drum up assets pretty quickly, but then actually building up the game using AI can be pretty challenging because it does need that human touch to understand context. I go back to the point I was making earlier about AI completely getting rid of the fog that was in Resident Evil Requiem because it didn't understand the fog needed to be there to create that atmosphere that was needed for the game. It thought that, okay, it's obstructing the view that should be present, so it removed the fog to make way for the distant objects to be visible in the image, because that's what it knows that it should be doing. So those kind of things will obviously going to affect the games unless you're very careful with how you use it. So yeah, anyway, that's my take on the whole NVIDIA DLSS 5 situation. Let me know what you guys think, if you're still there. I think Jaybeazt has tuned out. I don't know where Yoda's at, if you guys are there. But yeah, I think my take, all in all, is it could be useful in the right hands, used the right way. Otherwise, it would be really, really crap. So that's my take. Yoda finished lunch. Nice. Nice. In moderation. Everything in moderation, bro. Everything. Okay, so I'm gonna be wrapping this up fairly quickly because I want to play Crimson Desert with you guys. Before I do that, I saw Crimson Desert reviews dropping. Okay, and immediately I was kind of surprised by the. Okay, so I saw these things going around quite a bit, these reviews, and people are kind of like questioning it. And this is my take. Okay, so this is a review in progress that IGN has dropped for Crimson Desert. Okay, Crimson Desert review so far, and they're saying that it's not final. They have given. They're saying if we had to score it now, they will give it a 6. It says it's not final, but for now, they have given it a 6. So everyone's like, oh shit, the game is bad. And some of these scores are like pretty mediocre or bad or misleading. It's been affecting Pearl Abyss, who are the developers of Crimson Desert. Their shares dropped nearly 30% because of the disappointing reviews. And I think it's a problem. I think IGN reviews should not be taken at face value, because they are most of the time pretty fucking inaccurate, because most of the time these reviews are done by people who shouldn't be playing that game, and they don't get it, and they just don't end up clicking with it, and they give it a bad score. Or it goes the other way. It's like, I don't know, it goes the other way. They give really good scores to bad games. It's like it's fucking weird. So I feel like you should like really take the time and do your research before you take these scores at face value, because they can be pretty fucking misleading. I'll give you an example. Do you know that IGN gave Concord a 7? IGN gave Concord a 7. I'm not kidding. Okay, Concord IGN review. I'm gonna look it up right now. Here it is. Concord review. They gave it a fucking 7, and they called it good. Concord is a very fun sci-fi hero shooter that shows real promise, but lacks both innovation and content at launch. But they still gave it a 7. That's my point, okay? And that's not all. Okay? That's not all. They gave another game a 7. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what I'm talking about? Yeah, of course I'm talking about High Guard. They gave High Guard a 7 as well, and we have all played it. We can say that it's good, but it's not 7 out of 10 good. And it didn't even last a whole of 2-3 months. It's now delisted. It's gone, and people are getting refunds for all the cash they spent on it. So yeah, they gave it a 7. High Guard's compelling gunplay makes it unique raid mode quite memorable, even if the version we have right now feels a bit like a rough draft. But they still gave it a 7. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. And here's another one. They gave Dragon Age the Veil Guard, which is not a really bad game or anything, but they gave it a fucking 9 out of 10. They called Dragon Age the Veil Guard amazing. And it said, Dragon Age the Veil Guard refreshes and reinvigorate the storied series with enjoyable action combat and fantastic cast of companies and moving character writing. This game was mid as best, and they gave it a fucking 9. So this is my point. They gave it Where Winds Meet, which is enjoyed by millions of people as of right now. It's a free-to-play game. They gave it a 6. So this is the review score system that I'm questioning right now. And the same people are giving Crimson Desert a 6. So I'm obviously not going to take it at face value and be fine with it. I honestly think you got to either watch some Twitch streams or Kick streams, or play, watch some gameplay videos or play for yourself before you decide whether it's worth or not. Because as far as I have seen from people who actually played the game and enjoyed, the verdict has been it takes like 8 to 10 to 12 hours, something like that, to get into the game, because the first like 8 to 10 hours is purely you learning how to play the game, because there's so much depth to it, which is not unheard of for JRPGs like this. It essentially, this is a JRPG. This is made by people who made Black Desert Online, which is a JRPG in the sense, and it's, of course, the setting is not a JRPG. It's like more like realistic looking, kind of like a like a Viking vibe to it. But at the core, this plays out like a JRPG. So there's a lot of depth to it. There's a lot of nuances to it. Steep, very long learning curve to it. KCD had the same thing. Like if you gave up playing it before you spend like a good couple of days on it, you would not like the game. There's like a point that you need to get to before you start actually enjoying the game. Unfortunately, there are games like that, and it doesn't mean the game is hard or anything. It's just there's a learning curve. There are systems at play that are intertwined that you need to learn how to use, because this is a sandbox essentially that you need to learn how to use. It's like learning how to use a software, right? Kind of like that. A game is a software that you need to learn. And some games are easier to pick up and some games are not. And this is just one of those games that's just not easy to pick up and relies on your muscle memory and you knowing which button to press, and rather than button smashing your way through the game. So it needs patience, and it is not for everyone. That much I can say. It's like Souls-like games. Souls-like games are not for everybody. Um, like that, like for an example, Ryan, my brother, he loves playing, Elden Ring, and he lives and breathes that game. I try to get into it. I just can't. I just cannot. Not because I don't enjoy it. I just didn't click with the whole concept of dying over and over again and having to study the boss for a bit. It's like it can be very satisfying once you finally like get it, but it just didn't click with me. But then I went back to Black Myth Wukong and I played through the whole thing, except for the end. But I did enjoy that game. So it's like you just give it, and I learned that you just gotta give it a little bit of time. Some of these games require a little bit of time and attention before you can start enjoying it, and this is one of those games. And the problem with IGN is that they just probably assign a random person to do the review, and that person is not the right person to review the game. The games have become so nuanced and so different, and like very specific to specific genres now. If you don't assign the correct person to do the review for a specific game, you're just gonna get a bad review. If you are a kind of person who loves playing games like exclusively enjoy playing like easy to play games like Assassin's Creed, that does a lot of hand holding and very easy to pick up and play, you're not gonna enjoy this game though, because this game does not hold your hand. It will, like, it just releases you into the world and lets you figure it out on your own, which is great if you love that kind of shit. It relies you to explore the game and figure shit out most of the time. So yeah, so those are two. I mean, they're both open world action adventure games, but very different in mechanical sense. So you just gotta make sure that you assign the correct person to it. So anyway, so all this is a public service announcement. So if you've seen these reviews, don't judge the game by these fucking reviews. Either watch the gameplay, decide for yourself how it is, or try it out and then decide. That's all I would say. Anyway, that's all I have. That's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in. It's 7:20. I'm going to wrap this up now, and then gonna start a separate stream with Crimson Desert. So I'll see you like in literally about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna close this up and then start a new stream on Kick, and I'll see you there with Crimson Desert. Alrighty. Alright. Bye bye. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck.
Alright, time to paradigm. The underdog's logging off. Baby! Thanks for hanging out for laughs, memes, and gaming clout. Even if I tripped, lost, or failed, you stuck around and that prevailed. We checked trailers, spilled the tea, mispronounced a game or three. Call of Duty fails, oh that's me, but the chat laughed along, pure victory. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage. Grab your snacks, hydrate up, don't fall asleep. I'll be back soon with news to peep. The underdog may stumble, trip, or rage, but you're the legends who fill my stage. Announcing chat, Jaybeazt is officially signing off. He may try to explain the plot of a game he hasn't played, argue with NPCs about story choices, or get stuck in the tutorial forever. And if someone says something wild in chat, he might go, "Oh mate, don't say that!" Thanks for surviving the chaos, laughing at my fails, and pretending my Call of Duty aim is fine. Catch you next time, same underdog energy, less chaos, maybe. But thanks for surviving the chaos, laughing at my fails, and pretending my Call of Duty aim is fine. Catch you next time, same underdog energy, less chaos, maybe.